I was reading something that there's a lot of women who are taking some new, there's some like an injection that kills your appetite, and they're doing it, what is it called?
I actually know exactly what you're talking about because someone...
What is it called?
It mimics had you had like the stomach surgery, like in terms of appetite curbing.
Right.
I know this because yesterday someone told me that someone they know got it.
They were talking about the Kardashians. They were talking about how they lose all this weight, like the larger girl, Khloe. They were saying that she's always had a problem with weight. Now she's ripped, and that this is what these people are taking. She's larger. You know the conspiracy on that one is?
She's O.J. Simpson's daughter?
Yeah, that's a conspiracy.
I buy it.
I'd like to get a strand of her hair and run it through a lab.
I bet you can. I bet they'd sell it to you.
How much?
I don't know. Probably
you just have to brush up against her.
True. You probably couldn't get that close.
No, security attack with you.
There's that fine line, as a woman, it's like you don't want to weigh in or whatever. I have an issue with that whole family's ethos. There were parts of them that I thought were so good. They seem sad, and they live in this bubble. They probably have a lot of yes people. I think as a consumer, put on your fucking hat and realize like these people are not, they're selling you tummy tea, detox tea, waist trainers. These are people that are deeply unhappy with their bodies, as most women are, but you don't have access to the same things they do. So you can work out and diet all you want. You're never gonna look like that. And I think that's really hard for people to wrap their mind around. When you look at Instagram and stuff, it's really, there's that disconnect, that cognitive disconnect of like, no one looks like that, but I sure would like to try.
Yeah.
And this is not a happy person, but this is also a person who's been called the larger one and ugly and all these things her whole life. So that's probably...
This is larger.
She is larger.
That's what I said.
Psychologically, it's not your fault. Psychologically damaging, but...
This shot works.
I believe this is what it's called.
What's it called?
I'm looking it up. Semaglutide is like the actual drug, but there's other names for it.
Right there. How many times the Kardashians tried to sell us?
I was trying to see if this is what you were actually talking about with them.
That is semaglutide is what I read. Yeah.
Yeah, so... No, I think I asked them for like a weight loss something because of the stuff I was taking. I was like, I should be losing weight. And they're like, oh, take this.
Well, what are you eating, buddy?
No, I changed my diet a little bit.
You're not big.
That's where
you're not a big boy.
That's why I haven't taken it yet
Can
at
I
all
say
either.
He's big boy? Is that all right?
You can say he's big
you can
boy.
say big boy.
You can say
big boy. You can't say big girl.
Big boy's a little,
Yeah, it's less offensive.
You can say big girl. Some
my
people are big
thing
girls.
about the Kardashians is, in general, this is my take. It's like human beings should have personal sovereignty, and someone shouldn't influence you that much. The problem, though, is I'm saying this as a 55-year-old wealthy man. Mm-hmm. And I'm not influenced by them. But if I was a young girl and I looked to them as being that's one of the things that really fucks with people on social media is that you're looking at other people as these are examples of what's ideal. And then if your body doesn't match that, or if your lifestyle doesn't match that, and then you have this horrible feeling that you're not valuable, you're not worthy. And so the problem is that a lot of people look to these very wealthy people with all this plastic surgery is that is the highest level of achievement because these are the most popular people, the most social media and the most money, and it influences people in a negative way.
I agree with all of it. If you're in your 30s, you have seen this family in particular, but just in general, you've seen social media grow and you've seen this family grow and you've seen all of the snake oil over all this time. Mm-hmm. So for you to be surprised or let down at this point is really more an indictment on your intelligence.
Yeah.
Really? Like you think the family that would sell their own children for money, you think the family that sold you tummy tea and diarrhea pills, you think
they had diarrhea pills?
Diarrhea pills. You think this?
But did they really have diarrhea pills?
I think their detox tea gives you diarrhea.
Does
That's
it?
how you detox. You take a
I don't think that's the mechanism involved in detoxification.
Detox tea. But you would also not take that's why it's not real.
But what is it?
Tummy teas, they make you take a dump.
Even the semaglutide is going to make you have diarrhea.
Where do you think these times they got to escape from somewhere?
It's got to go somewhere.
You're not sweating out the fat like someone putting in work.
But tummy tea, is that real? What the f does that do? Does it just
early,
kill your appetite?
This was like early 2000s Instagram marketing tummy tea. These are like detox teas, and these family hair gummies, everything. push
hair gummies.
to make your hair grow. They sell
But isn't
everything.
it collagen? Like hair, it probably actually does help the health of hair.
You can take biotin,
biotin.
you know, but like I take biotin, I'm never gonna have like lustrous pony hair. Like it will grow
Pony
in.
hair.
I had a baby, so it's like, you know what I look like? All the hairs in the front broke. You know how like Puerto Rican guys get like the Caesar? Like it's a very
Yeah.
like Guido look. That's what I have. Like a
Oh.
full Caesar in the front.
Nice.
Because your hair breaks, and it will never look great, no matter how much biotin I take. And so I think at a certain age, it's on you. Like if you're still looking at these petulant women as some source of inspiration, like that's on you.
It used to be that if someone, you know, if you were younger and you looked to some celebrity that was a singer, Beyonce or whoever it was, you're like, God, I wish I was like her.
Right.
Well, that's someone who's like putting out like this incredible work of art that affects millions of people. They dance to it, they sing to it. Like it's very inspirational and aspirational. Like, God, that would be amazing to be like her. She inspired me to get into music. She
Right.
inspired me to pursue my dreams. But
Yeah.
when the dreams are just like making money and like sticking your ass out and, you know, and just taking these doctored pictures.
The one thing I will say, and I feel like we talked about this on the podcast, but like if you are not rail thin, if you have thighs, if you are, you know, and this is for a lot of women of color in particular, but even if you're just a white girl and you don't have Nordic model boy hips, these women sort of champion dressing for your curves. And when you don't see a reflection, I'm a white upper middle class woman and I still almost am like brought to tears when I put on jeans because my thighs are like a little big. So they kind of made it okay. And I can respect that. But anything else, I'm just appalled at them. But I can respect making it okay if you have naturally the curvy body that they have surgery to get. If you have a body like that, I can respect creating a place where, as a girl, you might feel okay about the body that you have.
The fucked up thing about that whole skinny look, like really scrawny look that some women think is attractive, like men don't think it's attractive.
But
That's not something that guys like.